minute since I've done this. Well, let's see how we hold up. Hey guys, it's your pal Victor here, and we're gonna do some live drawing. My goal right now is to set this up so it's not in my face. I think that's pretty good. Alright, so yeah, we're doing some live art today. I have been catching up on my sketches. My goal was to start doing these lives again last week, but what ended up happening is I did this last minute set for Tops, where I did 50 cards for disgusting dating. So that's the Valentine's set. I don't know why, because I guess in the end I ended up doing like 90 cards for that set. So that kept me from coming back and doing sketches on my stream sooner than I wanted to. So right now I'm catching up on some returns and commissions. I cranked out like 4 last night, and I'm working on some right now. So what up, Elsa Snow? How are you doing? Yeah, so my goal is basically to just get back in the rhythm of doing this regularly. So I haven't figured out what the new schedule is going to be 100% yet, but the goal is at least a couple times a week. So I'll try to post them a little sooner so you guys have some warning, but posted this in the groups today, so hopefully we get some people showing up. That's cool. I'm glad you're doing good. Hopefully we get some people showing up, and we'll see how that works out. Hey, what's up, Megan? How's it going? It's going good. Just finally starting to get enough of a break in my schedule that I can start doing this regularly again. So I kind of settled on how, I'm going to work on an official sketch card right as soon as I finish this one. And these are both for the same person, Alistair, who I don't think is in here, but you never know. So this is a commission, and then I'm going to do an official sketch card right afterwards. And then if I have time, I'll work on something else. And if nobody wants it, I'll just put it in Deal or No Deal. But yeah, like I kept starting on pieces that I was going to put on this channel, and I just did not get around to it just because I've been busy. Like I was saying before, I didn't know how many people were in here. I meant to start doing lives more on more of a schedule again. But I got distracted a bit because I did 90 cards for Disgusting Dating, which is the Valentine's Day set. Originally, I was like, well, I'll do 40, and then I did 40, and then like a week later, they're like, can you do 50 more? And I'm like, sure. When do you need them back by? They're like in 5 days. And I'm like, sure, I can do it. I think they came out good. I actually did a video. I'll post it up on here so you guys can see all the cards I did for the set. I think there's a video now that has the first 40, but I did a video for the second 50, so I'll probably just combine that all into one big video so you guys can check that out. Yeah, they came out good though, so at least I was happy with that. It's one thing when you're like working on something, you're not happy with how it comes out, but I was pretty happy with how it came out, because I've been trying. Hey, what's up, Jason? How's it going, man? Here, I'll show you. I did one of your cards earlier. So that was the Alfred E. Newman. I'm working on some other stuff for Jason. I'll probably finish up later tonight. This isn't. I'll just show you guys the commissions I was working on because I'm getting caught up. So this is one I did for a local guy here. It's a Pam's Labyrinth. And then This one I just sold to Adam Goldberg on Deal or No Deal for 100. And this is a return I just finished up for someone else. So trace cycle. I have like 7 returns left for 7? No, I think wait, let me do the math here. 6, yeah, like 7 returns left for disgusting dating. So if anybody wants to get one of those, hit me up. Probably one of the few times that I'll actually have like a decent amount of returns. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, keep me on your list." I don't actually do lists. It's pretty much like first come, first serve. Yeah, for a while, like there was that one guy who was here for a while who like wanted to buy all my returns for like the next retail set, and like right now I have like a lot of returns, but he's not here, so he's missing out. Yeah, I just can't, like, I feel weird hitting people up out of the blue like, I have stuff to sell, buy it from me. It's more like, I got cards available right now, somebody wants them, this is your moment. That's kind of how I do it. This is your moment. I also think it's probably the fairest way to do it, you know what I mean? Because somebody might be bored of my art after like a few months or something, and then like somebody might be really into it at that time. I know that one came out awesome. I was really happy with how that one came out. And see, I have tons of like wacky packages returns. I just like never get around to posting about them. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, well, eventually I'll have enough time that I'll be like, hey, by the way, I've got like 20 returns or something for wacky packages. Or I'll just do them when I'm bored and post them on eBay. I think you guys know what character this is, right? It's like My Pet Monster. Like I said, I'm trying to be interesting. It's been a minute since I've been on live. Yeah, I know. That was a really cool one. That was a good score. That's probably the best Michael Myers I've drawn. Yeah. So, as far as like what I've been up to, I've just been like trying to get better. I've been on meds for that lung thing for a while. I still need to go see a lung doctor. But I'm not super worried about it. I got some pain in my side, but I'm pretty sure it's because I pulled something. Because it kind of depends on which way I turned. And it's only been for the last couple days. So yeah, that's better be a pain in the side than a pain in the back. Yeah, here's the thing about Tops pushing shit back. It's like they're gonna prioritize, the shit that makes them money. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, remember for a while I had like that weird rash on my hand. It ended up being that was all tied. Even like I had like my fingernails were all Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been working, so I should have washed my hands. Uh, you know, I had that, and I had a bunch of it was all tied to that shit in my lungs. This like weird fungal infection that went into my skin and everything. So I've been on that meds for like 3 months, and like all that stuff cleared up, which was like, whoa, that was all tied together. So I probably had this thing for a while. This like fungal infection in my lung that was fucking me up. So weirdly enough, getting COVID actually probably helped my ass out in the long term. So shocking. Let's see. But yeah, that's the way things work. Sometimes bad things happen, so you don't, so other things can be found. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not really too like keyed in on what the story is with that stuff. So I know it's gonna come out eventually. I think the thing that's hardest is like thing that is hardest about that stuff is on my end, I really regret not just keeping my returns, and I probably will never send my returns back again just for that reason. Cause like I'm completely dependent on Top sending me that shit back whenever they send it, and it's kind of irritating to me. I mean, it's not that I don't think it'll happen. It's just like I like being in control of everything I do. You know what I mean? And part of it was like the last art director Tops had for Garbage Pail Kids was kind of a douchebag. Um, and he kept like, he would get pissed like I think he sent out an email yelling at all the artists because of something I did on this stream, I'm pretty sure. Just like mentioning vacation and what it was called, back. It's like, oh, vacation. We can't talk about what vacation's gonna be. But what can you do, man? I mean, I don't think I did it. I'm pretty sure the info was already out by then, but it made it feel like, made everyone feel bad, like nobody likes feeling like they're, plugging holes in ships and shit, you know what I mean? So, it's tough. Are you guys liking how this is coming out? See, one of the things I do like it from doing these is like how quick I got doing sketches on here. How quick I got in general from doing live sketches. There's like 8 people in here, guys. You should say hi if I don't know you. We got a little community going on. Feel free to say hello. But yeah, it sucks because there's a couple people in this chat right now even who have been waiting on their returns for vacation now for like nearly a year. And I feel really bad about that because there's nothing I can do about it. All I can say is when you guys get those returns, they're gonna be little fucking Mona Lisas just for the wait. You know what I mean? I know you, Mr. Kimball. Hey, how are you doing, man? Long time no hear. Yeah, I wish YouTube chats would like tell you like when people are, like so and so arrived, like the old AOL chats. Remember those? Like blank has showed up. And if you're like AOL chats, just remember I'm pretty old. That looks pretty cool. Oh. Well, hopefully my voice will not put you guys to sleep. Pound. This face is coming out very cute, by the way. Oh, and I guess they haven't said it since I haven't done a video, but I don't know if you guys have looked at the follow count for Cult Classics now, this channel, but we're at over 3,000 followers. Isn't that crazy? I think I have 3,034 followers. I think I picked up a lot from doing the Batman videos last week. But I'm going to be doing a lot more GPK videos now. I know, I've done like a ton of toy reviews I haven't posted yet either because I got most of the toys. Here's the whole secret to getting a lot of views on YouTube, and it's actually easy but difficult, is you gotta like post videos all the time, like every day or every couple of days. If you go like a week or more without posting, yeah, that's it. If you go start a lull, people go somewhere else. So lately my videos have gotten a lot of views. The best sound ever was the AOL startup noise. That's awesome, Bobby. Yeah, I do. I miss the AOL startup noise. Like, One of the videos I did, I forget what it was. It might have been like the Batman calzone review I did, which was so stupid. That thing was actually good though. Was I used the Batman sound when it transitions from like the intro to from the little cold open to the intro, that da 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 da. Like I should start using that for a transition noise in more videos. Da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where the bat's spinning and the background is spinning from the 60s Batman TV show, if you've ever seen that. But yeah, I love the AOL start, the modem noise. And that's like, that's that's one of those things, like how to tell people you're old without being old is, it's like, I can't, you can't even do it. No one can do it. But you know what I'm talking about. The old Space Ghost show used to use it, like use that noise for like, oh, come find us online. Before they even had websites, it was a bullet BBS. You guys remember BBSs? It's like basically these like message boards you had to dial into. I'm trying my best to have an organized marker system. It will never happen, but this is the closest I've ever come to it. I remember IRC. Yeah, besides that thing I've been spending a lot of my time on, and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know this, is I have like a little like like antique stores have like, consignment booths or whatever. So I have two booths at a horror themed consignment store called Terror Trader in Chandler here in Arizona. So I spend most of my time working on that. But I'm gonna throw you in on something that I'm working on that I'm gonna show you guys really quick. So these are these little Garbage Pail Kid toys. You may have seen them. So I'm not gonna show you, but I'm doing a sketch on the side of this box. So I'm doing sketches, and I'm gonna sign these, and I'm gonna have those at like Gross Card Con later this year. So you get like, you buy the toy, and it's gonna have a sketch by me on the side of it, and it's gonna be signed. So, and I'm gonna pair that with a sketch card, so it'll be a little combo. It's just a little idea I had. I'm telling you guys because I trust you. So yeah, if you ever want to have a little Garbage Pail Kid, like I have a bunch of weird Wendy's and Roybots right now, and that's what I'm gonna have those. Like, probably either Gross Card Con or Monster Palooza or both of them. So I'm not there's no info yet on Gross Card Con, by the way, but I am gonna do it when it happens. But if you guys are anywhere, I am gonna be at Monster Palooza in California. It's a big horror con, June 3rd through 5th. And I'm gonna be at Mad Monster Party, Arizona in July. I don't remember the dates for that one exactly. At some point I think in July. You can look it up at madmonster.com. But I'm going to be at that show too. And then I'm going to be at Son of Monster Palooza. That's also in California. And that's going to be in September or October at some point. I don't remember. But those are 3 horror cons that I'm going to be at this year, that if you get your way out to California or Arizona, you can come out and hang out with me. Yeah, so I will be at Vegas when that happens. I think it's going to be in August. Not totally sure, but that's another reason I wanted to get these going again so we can build up a little following again, because I'd love to do one of these live, you know? Horror cons are super fun, and they're always like a few days, and it's cool because, you know, there's usually a lot of people from horror movies there, and you can just hang out with them. Um, like, I do a lot of events here in Arizona. Like, I've been doing these events called Art Attack, which are basically, I'm trying to promote people being creative and getting into drawing. So they're basically like drinking draws, but they're all ages. The last few, we've done the first two we did at this store that's Terror Trader in Chandler, and then we did one last week at this coffee shop called Valorio, that is in downtown Phoenix. And I don't know if you guys listen to a lot of modern music. It's owned by this guy named Dave Parlay, and he's in a band called Prayers. It's a really cool band. It's just him and this other guy, Raphael, and Raphael is married to Kat Von D. If you guys watch tattoo shows, she was a very famous tattoo artist in the '90s, and then she's more famous now because she has a like makeup line called Kat Von D Beauty, and she also has her own band. So, but Dave's a really cool guy, so we're probably gonna do more events at his coffee shop, which is like themed after a weird like little funeral home, and he makes really good coffee. He's a really cool guy, actually. So, yeah, if you ever come to Arizona, I do a lot of art related stuff out here. She has a little too much ink, I think. Me and my girlfriend always go on like because Kat Von D has a bunch of blackout tattoos now, which are a big trend right now. If you don't know what that is, it's like, you know, basically just tattooing your entire arm one color. I think it's like weird personally, but you know, I don't have any tattoos, so who am I to say anything? And that's always one of the things that because I have a lot of friends who are like in bands and shit, and they're always like, how the fuck do you not have any tattoos? Because, you know, I've worked for myself since like 2005, and people are always like, you know, because the thinking is like, oh, if you get tattoos, you'll never work a day job again, you know, but it's like, you know, I don't like to spend my money on like stuff like tattoos. They're very expensive, and then the maintenance, you know, is a bit much. Yeah, I think they're cool, but then it's just the same reason I don't have piercings, because when you get a piercing, you gotta like put, you know, pour stuff on it every single day and maintain it. I'm just like, I don't think I would be good at that. I have a hard enough time getting my hair cut on a regular basis, you know? So for me, it's more out of practicality, you know? I'm like, I wouldn't be good at maintaining it. It's weird. I'm taking these pills because when I had COVID, and valley fever, I lost like a ton of weight because I got super sick. Like I lost like 60 pounds in like a few months, which is not good, by the way. You know, if you ever lose that much weight that quickly, like go to a doctor. Thankfully, I did. But one of the things that happened that I'm still trying to get over is it made my hair thin out a bit. So I'm taking these pills. They'll make my hair and nails grow faster because I also need to take that because of the medicine I'm on. And one of the things that's weird is like I gotta clip my nails like once a week, which to me seems like way too much. Um, but also like just how fast my hair is growing because it's changed texture. It used to be super curly, and now it's like wavy, you know. And that's one of those things that weirds me out. It's just like, it's like just long, like one long wavy curl. So I kept combing it to the side, and my girlfriend's like, "You need to start combing your hair a different way because you look like Nazi youth." It's like one, like that like weird like swept to the side thing. Because my hair would never lay that way. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Because I would never even think about that. I'm like, oh shit. Well, I don't want to look like a weirdo, so yeah, I'm just combing my hair different now. Hats are my friend. And by the way, I just mean thinned out because my hair is like super thick. So now it's probably like more like normal hair texture, I suppose. Not like Homer Simpson or something. It's like I can run a comb through it now. One of the other things people have told me is funny is this is one of those things you guys notice. It's like apparently I'm very good at drawing and talking at the same time, and a lot of people can't do that. And I'm just like, I didn't used to be good at it either. It's just practice. Mind you, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, but I can do this. Was I into My Pet Monster? Yeah. I always thought My Pet Monster was cool. I'm trying to remember if I had one. I think I did, but I'm not like 100% sure. In our storage space, my girlfriend has a My Pet Monster. It's in storage. I'm always like, we could just put it in the house. I mean, it goes with our aesthetic. And she's like, no. And it has the chain and everything. But those things are really expensive now, by the way. The My Pet Monsters. Like I was looking on eBay for one. Like I think they're like something like anywhere from 150 to $270 for one. Did I ever have a Boglin? No, but I knew people who did. My parents didn't like how they look, so I never had one as far as I can remember. It's weird because I've been to like Walmart and stuff, and they sell them again now. One of the things I'm doing now is since I have a business account for the store, is I've been buying toys just to sell at the store, which is fun. In itself, that's kind of become another one of my hobbies is buying toys to sell at the store. So like I just bought like a bunch of Bride of Frankensteins, and I bought what else did I buy? Some Captain Spaulding House of a Thousand Corpses figures. Well, I'm bummed. I ordered them last Saturday, and they are still processing, so I don't even know when I'm gonna get them. But yeah, I could have bought some Boglins to sell in our store, but I didn't because some of these toys take up a lot of display room. And I've been buying a lot of horror toys and horror movie toys in bulk. So I have all these Jason toys now that I'm sitting on till I can put them in our store. I have some for sale right now because I think they're gonna go on Saturday when this big sale happens. Because I didn't price them super high. I'm trying to move them, and I have some other toys I'm trying to move that I'll put at my booth. That looks cool. He's looking pretty badass. All right, let's get some darker blue. Whoa. And like I said, guys, if you haven't been in here to watch me draw before, feel free to say hi. I do like talking to people. And if you have questions, feel free to ask, because I like answering questions. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I think it is coming out good. Hey, I'm doing good. Thank you. Yeah, I think it is coming out good. Oh, see. So here's something funny. So there's a purple here, right? No, you don't. I'd much rather talk to people than draw silently. If I go over this purple with a blue, it just becomes this darker purple. See, that's different from the blue that on this. I just like chemical experiments like that. So yeah, that's coming out nice. All right, we'll do a little bit here. It is almost 5, which means I'll probably get this card done within a half an hour. All right. Now, I'm gonna do probably the background thing I like doing the most with the choo 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 lines, the action lines, because that kind of goes with this sort of color scheme. I just don't like plain white backgrounds. It's funny, when I was working on the disgusting dating, the second set, I was just gonna do like a heart background in the head and leave the rest white, and then I did like 10 like that, and I was like, nah, that doesn't look right to me. So I went back and added a background to all of them because I was just like not feeling the no background look. This guy messaged me earlier today, and he had pulled one of the dead, like, I forget what set it was that had the shaped cards that looked like poop emoji, but he had pulled the do I use chart pack blending markers? Yeah, I do. I do mainly do that and these Copic Chow pens. Those are the, because I like vibrant colors. So those are the two main things I use. Some people like muted colors. I think my thing is kind of doing super bright colors. That seems to be like my thing, you know. All right. I'm going to do a little bit more on his hands here. Usually that's about it where I leave it, but I've been getting to a little bit more detail. There we go. So yeah, that's going to be for Alistair there. And it was 5 o'clock, so it took me about half an hour. Curious to see how you blend with it. I've not used it yet. Oh, just basically I layer after it's dry because the chemicals are still kind of active on it. Give me a second. I gotta pull an official card because I don't keep my cards on my desk. Woo! Let's see. I was stoked when they asked me to help out the second round of sketches. I only had 25, so I went full hog on him. Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, I'm hoping they keep me on for like future sketches. Just so you guys see, these are my personal sketch cards. So we'll zoom out a little bit. So these are all different kinds of sketch cards I have. These are some Fright Rags blanks. And these are garbage Pail Kids right here. So these are all official cards. So I have a lot of official cards right now. Alright, let me see what this is supposed to be. In case you haven't seen the back of these sketch cards. I just gotta pull up because I forgot what it's gonna be. Right? If I put these on eBay, if I made these all atom bombs and put them on eBay, they would just go for stupid money. That would be boring, though. I still get a decent amount of money for doing whatever I want, so. Chucky. So this is going to be a Chucky. Which is fine. Hey, what's up? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing better, so I'm decided to come on and do some drawing. Try to get back in the habit. Back in the habit. Well, you guys know, I mean, you guys all know why these cards aren't in people's hands yet. No, that one's coming after this one. I probably won't do it on the stream today, but yeah, you're getting the full Nat Nerd later. And those are the 3 I've sold. One full Nat Nerd, and then another nerdy sketch cover for Jason, which probably will be on a different stream, and then this one, which is Chucky. All right. Some people often ask me, like, Victor, why do you always just do these head sketches? And I'm like, honestly, I like doing head sketches more than full body sketches. I like getting detail in the expression and stuff. So if left to my own devices, I will do head sketches 99% of the time because I like faces. That's not to say I can't do body stuff. I actually can. It just takes longer, and sometimes, you know me, I like to get stuff done quicker, you know, if I can. Like, I'll do sketch covers and I'll be like, you know, I'll spend like days on them. I feel like if I can't get a sketch card done within like a day or a few hours, I'm just like, you know, like taking too long on it. You missed a good show last weekend. If you're up to come to Colorado, we have another show in late September. Yeah, it just depends, honestly, on when Son of Monster Palooza is in September or October. I wouldn't have been able to come last week, even if I, you know, because I've been feeling better, but we had like, went to 3 different events last weekend, and we had people visiting from Minnesota, so it was just like, you know, nonstop. But from what I've seen, it looks like people had fun at that show. I saw some posts from a few people. Yeah, I've only been to like Colorado like once. I think it was just in the airport on a layover to Canada. So it would be cool to actually go there for more than 4 hours. But one of the things I did do is on Sunday, they have this thing out here called the Patches and Pins Expo, and it's a big vintage con. And the next one of those they have out here, I am definitely yeah, Jason, I got your message. I can do that. Yeah, just shoot me some do re mi for that, and I'll do that tonight with the other stuff I'm working on. So it's like a full on 80s con. AZ Boardwalk wants to send me a message. All right, man. A lot of people are messaging me right now. It's really funny. Give me a second here. I can't answer messages on there. Thank God I don't use a real phone for this anymore. Because remember, I used to use a real cell phone to do these sketches and it would crash the stream. I don't know if you guys are all here when I first started streaming, but that was a thing that would happen very commonly. I'm using a old iPhone that isn't hooked up to notifications or anything. And I have my actual phone right here, which I use for photo reference. And this will probably become the next camera because we're up for an upgrade on the camera on the phone, and I want to get a new one. Or we both are able to get a new one every year, and we're not really cashing in that benefit. We need to start doing that. But yeah, I did this Patches and Pin Expo. That's like a full on 80s con, and like I bought tons of stuff, tons of stickers and shit to sell at my booth. But like if I had Garbage Pail Kids shit there, I would have cleaned up like pins and stuff. Because I'm gonna start getting into doing pins. So hopefully the next one that happens, I'm totally gonna do. I think we would do good there. So just want to get more involved in that community because I feel it's very like GPK is very like retro, you know. So yeah, that card looks fucking sick. So that's cool. I'm very happy with that. All right. I did raise my prices actually. My returns are $225 each. And I have not really had a problem selling them. So I still sell my personal stock stuff pretty reasonably because I want to keep, stuff open entry for everybody, and I like doing like the dealer's choice and all that. Yeah, I haven't watched Floyd's video. You need to tell me what that's about because I can't comment on it without knowing what it's about. I also know I'm like in a different financial position than a lot of people doing stuff because I mean I always have my hustle on, and that's not saying that other people don't, but like you should never like wait till your like financial situation is bad to start, you know, pimping your art out. You know, it used to be for me, but I'll tell you something that's actually a good help. Because here's the thing, I always like to help people, and hopefully they're here, and I didn't move them the fuck around. Which I totally did, by the way. Oh, here they are. Get one of these. They sell them at like, you know, Michael's and any other place. And this is a set that's just for skin tones. Even if you only end up using it once, the reason it's good is it's good for just the gradation. And what I mean is, you know, light and light. What I've come to use is I've done this enough now. I don't really need it. Is I use this. You find a color that's going to be your base, and then layer up on that with layers of pink, and then kind of outline with like a light brown, and that's how you're going to nail skin tones. So basically, find a base, you know, flesh tone, whatever, and then just do light pinks on that, and then you know, from there build up. So this one, because I like to mix, not everybody does this. So this one is, I'm using this as the base right now, fruit pink, right? And now I'm gonna mix it with a chart pack. This is pale flesh, you know. So this I'm gonna use as a liner because it's slightly darker than fruit pink. And what that does is it just gives a little color to certain areas. Like, don't line the whole thing, just certain areas. Right? You see what I'm doing? Just like where there's shadow, a little bit of shadow, I'm gonna go in with this. And this isn't gonna be the final thing. Yeah. And then this also goes to what I always say, add your blacks in last, your darks in last, right? Because I don't like to ink right away, and some people, that freaks them out, because there are some artists that, like, in the GPK community, they'll ink the whole thing and then they'll go in with color, and that's not how I work. You know, not to knock anybody, it's a little comic strippy for me. I only really like to add black lines where they need to be, you know. So I went in with a darker, you know, and right now you're like, I don't know how that feels. Well, now I'm going to go in with this color. It's called, nope, I thought that was powder pink. Powder pink flash. Where is the one I'm looking for? Give me a second. Oh, here it is. Powder pink, right? So this is going to be more of a pink. But I even use this as the base sometimes for what I'm doing. So that's that, and then there. And now I'm going to go in with this other color over here. Whoa. This color is called suntan. And basically it's a really light, it's like a really light brown. And this is mainly what I'm going to line with. Hey, yeah, well, I haven't done a live stream in like a month. This is like the first one. So I'm like basically catching people up on what I'm doing. Trying to get back into the rhythm of doing this stuff. All right. And then one of the things you got to learn, and I'm not saying that like you don't have this or whatever, is you got to learn to color in layers. So like some people have a very hard time doing this kind of thing if they don't see where the black lines are. And you just kind of have to visualize things that aren't there and know where they're going to be in the end run. And that's like one of the things that I think I'm good at is visualizing where things are going to be. Now this cast line I'm doing here, basically it's like a harder shadow. Um, Sometimes I do that with a lighter color. I'm doing it with a darker one here, just because I'm gonna just kind of do a little bit of a harsher line. All right, now I'm gonna do the eyes, and this is what's gonna kind of open it up. There we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is Chucky has red hair. You guys all know that. But I'm going to do his hair, and it's going to be blonde. So you're like, why are you going to give Chucky blonde hair? It's just going to be the base, because I'm going to go over this with a couple of other yellows and then finally orange and then brown. But this is just going to be like an underpainting color almost. Like if you do an oil painting or something, what you'll do usually is you'll paint the whole thing in gray colors before you do like color, just so you get your values down. This is sort of that thing. I'm laying it down in yellow so I can kind of figure out where my darker colors are going to be. And some people will be like, but you could have just done this color you're using right now. Did you really need the yellow? I'm like, yeah, kind of, because that yellow might peek through in some interesting ways and some that I'm not anticipating. You know, maybe I'll want to leave it in some spots, and that'll be like lighting, you know? And you'll see, one of the things, I think you can see it on camera, is that the yellow and the orange kind of blend in an interesting way that looks kind of organic and layered, you know? Anyway, that's what I do. Some people do it different. This is the way I do it. A lot of people don't even like to mix markers the way I do. They're like, you're using different brands. It's not like spray paint, because sometimes if you mix different kinds of spray paint, it'll crack. The thing with markers is the worst you'll have is interesting chemical reactions, and I kind of actually like that. And see, when these things settle, they just turn into interesting color combos. This is actually blending in a way, because when you use a chart pack on top of a Tombow, they kind of work as a blender. And then you get this like kind of deeper orange than you would have gone anyway. This is cadmium orange, by the way, in case you're wondering. It just kind of has a dirty look to it that I like. And it gives the hair like texture. Like I like things to have texture. If you guys have seen my digital art, you'll see I'll go out of my way to add texture to things because I like I like it to feel like paper, you know? All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this with yet another color. So I'm going over this with a color called sepia. And you'll notice now, this is exactly the reason I did this. When I go over this, now it looks like paint. Like I'm painting this. Because now, like 100%, look at that. This looks like a painting now because of the way the colors are interacting with each other. It doesn't have the same effect as markers. And I'm painting directly on top of the dried like ethylene and base from the chart pack. I just barely got on online sets. That's like this was my first one. Beside I did whatchamacallit wacky packages old school 10 cuz there's a new art director at Tops. He liked my stuff. He asked me to do uh disgusting dating and I did 40. Oh, thanks man. Disgusting dating. I did 40 cards for that and then they oversold the set and asked me to do some more. So I said I would do the max. So I did 50 more. I did 50 in 5 days. Um, which I think the only other person besides me that did 50 sketches was Jasmine. So I feel pretty cool about that. Yeah, I think there's really good odds on those sketches. I actually kind of wish I bought some. I'm gonna start buying these sets to actually sell at my store. I'm like, oh yeah, I really should buy like more shit from Tops, considering it's like my thing. All right. And now I'm giving him kind of cartoon eyes. Jasmine is actually who has all the sketches, so she's the one who's got my sketches. So hopefully I'll get them at some point. This card is for Allie Phillips. This is return from disgusting dating. This is one of those few occasions where you see me actually work on an official Garbage Pail Kids card on my stream, which is why I'm taking my time with it because this wasn't a cheap commission. Not that I don't take my time on other things, but I just like I'm using this as an opportunity to talk about my thoughts on, GPK hair and shit. Um, the thing I'll also say is like I'm not a big fan of the stock Tops uses for most of his sketch cards, but at least the GPK stock is decent. But I'm still like, my personal stock is better than this stock. This is like a thinner version of my personal stock. And like I could just do a black like a dark brown on this hair and not totally outline it, but I do like how comic booky Chucky looks, so I'm not afraid of leaning into the black liner for his hair. But I do like all the interesting texture on this hair right now. And like I said, guys, if I'm ever going off the camera, please feel free to let me know and I will fix it because sometimes I don't notice the camera. And yeah, if you guys ever want to do the super chat and stuff, we still have that going on, It's always nice. It's not necessary, but I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to use this color now. Salmon. It is basically pink. I'm just going to use it where I use the slider to kind of go over this. I'm going to go over some of the stuff I did earlier. Now that I have you know, my lines here, because I can use that stuff as a guide. And what else was I going to do? I wanted to use suntan for something. I don't expect anybody to do it, to be honest. Yeah, it's the thought that counts. All right, so see, that's work, because see, I don't usually work that side that much, but you know, Chucky's face usually gets fucked up, and I kind of like want to suggest the darkness underneath, you know, so I did a little bit there. All right, so now we're gonna do his shirt over here. And Chucky's shirt isn't in of itself always like a production, because it's like these weird ringlets. I am going to be doing a show this Saturday in Chandler. It's called Sales from the Dark Side. It's going to be at that Terror Trader store. Going to be there from 9 to 5, selling stuff, doing sketches, all that good stuff. We did really good last month. So I am going to be selling toys, sketches, all kinds of fun shit. So that is for any locals. I know sometimes we get a few locals in here, so. All right. Now we're going to do this crystal blue. Oh, this is light blue, which is fine. You notice these are a little more faded. I'm kind of using the older markers for the shirt, but you know, there's enough bleed on here that I know how hard to push on it. And in case you don't know what I mean by bleed, that means knowing how. Oh, thanks, Jason. Hey, you know what? I appreciate it. Thank you, man. You rock. This is what bleed is. So if I push. There's a Comic-Con in Massachusetts this weekend. I'm going to it. I don't think they'll have much GPK, but I'm going anyway. Yeah, you never know what they'll have. Like I said, I went to a Vintage Con this past Sunday, and I did pick up a few videotapes that I can sell at my booth. And I picked up a ton of stickers. Some of them were fun. But they didn't have any GPK stuff at all. So, you know, at some point, I'm going to start doing those shows, and I think the GPK shit will make me stand out. So yeah, I got distracted, but basically, what bleed is knowing how thick your paper is and how much tooth it has. That means how it will hold ink, and then just putting enough pressure that you know how far that ink's going to go on that paper. So I know the tooth on this paper is not super thick, but it was thick enough that I could just do a little impression on it, and it was bleed and fill the whole thing up. So, yeah, I think a quarter of a tank for my car. I have a Honda Element. Would be like, what would that be? Like 50 divided by 4, whatever that is. Like, I don't know, like 12 something. You know, but like, here's the thing. Yeah, like gas prices in Arizona have been in the $3 something thing for a few years now. So, like, going from 369 to 389, and you know, it's I feel like I see people like, you go to Costco, it's gonna take you a half hour to get gas, and I'm like, it's just like 20 cents difference. You know what I mean? But whatever. I mean, the world is the world, you know? All right, now we're gonna do blue. I don't know. If you want to blame anybody for this shit, blame OPEC, you know? Yeah. It's like fucking everybody in Saudi Arabia and Qatar is fucking making bank off this shit, you know? Yeah. Yep. We are. It's a little bit much. I don't know. I just don't want you know, the US to be like addicted to like money to like giving money to China, Russia, and fucking like Saudi Arabia and shit, you know? There's lots of resources that we have to get off that shit, you know what I mean? I live in Arizona and there's like fucking like multiple Tesla factories out here. There's a Tesla factory like literally 2 miles from my house. So I see Teslas all the time and I'm kind of like, they look nice and they fucking run on electricity and they look cool, you know? And like, hopefully people get on that eventually and they'll get more affordable. The Tesla trucks look really fucking cool, you know? Yeah, I wish I could afford one, you know? Yeah, this is one of the things that's weird, by the way. So I live in Arizona. So there's a lot of Tesla trucks. So there's Teslas fucking everywhere. The other thing that would trip you out if you live where I do, I live right by ASU, is Waymo is also right here. So like I see self-driving cars like every fucking day. I've been seeing them for like 6 or 7 years now. It was really weird at first, and now I'm like totally used to it. You know what I mean? Like the other day, I saw three of them all driving down the road, driving the exact same path and everything. It's just super strange. But it's like eventually, like within the next 20 years, a lot of people are going to have self driving cars. And that's like the future, you know? Because they exist now. Dude, like my friend showed me a video the other day and they have fucking real hoverboards now, man. This guy, he showed me this video and I was like, this can't be real, but it is. It was a hoverboard made out of like three or four drones. And the guy was like going 90 miles per hour on a fucking drone hoverboard. I was like, that's the fucking future right there. It's not that like cheap, like fucking slow mo Segway shit. This was a real fucking. The guy was like 10 feet over the ground going 90 miles per hour. I watched that thing like 3 times. Yeah, the guy was like basically riding these like three industrial drones like a hoverboard. And I was like, "Oh shit, how the fuck did I never even think of that? Like that you could because that's all a hoverboard is. It's a fucking drone. Yeah, and he was like going like yeah, he was going 90 miles per hour. He had him like you know how like Biff has the leash that you know basically like a jet ski leash. The guy was like certain was like flying on these stupid drones like that. And I'm like that's and I'm like I also realize why. Like, I mean you could do that right now. You just buy a bunch of drones or you can manufacture that yourself. It wouldn't be cheap, but like the technology is out there and people are doing it. But yeah, I like my mind doesn't get blown easily, but that blew my mind. I was like, "Is that real?" I was like he's like, "Yeah." And there's like a whole you can just like look for it on Instagram. There's like videos of people doing that shit. A lot of them do it in the desert or you can do it over water, so if you fall off, you just fall in the water, you know? Cuz you can program the path of the drone. So like say you want the drone to take you somewhere, you just program in the controllers or if they have a master controller and it'll go like you know, I'm sure they has a thing where you can regulate the speed, but the drone will take you there. You don't even have to really steer it, you know? And that's actually the thing I think is the coolest. Cause like there's a lot of times you see like these like fireworks shows or but they do them with drones almost. They're like light shows and you can program them to like make patterns and shit like that with LEDs. And this is that same kind of thing. You program them ahead of time to take a certain path, you know, and it's just like it'll take you there. But yeah, it blows your mind all the shit you can do with drones. Just like, you know, like, oh shit, I would never even have thought like they were good for anything besides like killing people or doing research or reconnaissance. Dude, that thing I was at the other day, there was a science convention going on at the same time, and this dude had one of those like robot dogs from Black Mirror that can like you know they have limited AI and they can like walk and shit. I took video of it. I have to post that on my Facebook page. But that thing like freaked me out. I was like, "Holy shit! It's the robot from Black Mirror." And the guy was like, "Yep, that's what it is." I'm like, "Oh my god." But yeah, I got video of it. I gotta post that. That was really cool. Well, it's like crazy, dude. Cell phones do things today that I thought were like would be like sci-fi like 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like in 2005 when I first moved here, like GPS was like fucking sci-fi. And now it's like, you know, it's crazy. Like I don't know if you guys saw that new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. You know, the way it ends with like the self-driving like Prius or whatever, and I'm like, I mean, that's real too. You just put it in and it takes you there. It's crazy. Cause like Teslas have a self-drive mode. If you ever listen to the Joe Rogan Experience, he always talks about it constantly. I ain't gonna lie, if I had a Tesla, I would use self-drive. Yeah, I liked it. I saw like I talked about it in the review I did. I watched it like months ago and I thought it was good. They didn't change anything. It was the exact same movie. All right, I'm just gonna go over some of this hair with brown. How many officials I have left? I have. So I ended up getting like 10. I have like 6 left. But I mean, if you've seen online, it's not like I've been really pushing them that hard. Thank you. All right, almost done here. Whoa. Yeah, this one is actually coming out really good. There we go. Number 5 over here. And we still got 9 people in here, so you guys must be enjoying this. There we go. All right, and there we go. Chucky, an official Garbage Pail Kid Chucky card. Yeah, I don't do official cards on my stream too much, but you know, it used to be like when I first started doing these streams, I would do one card in an hour and a half because like, oh, I don't want to fuck it up, and at a certain point you're just like, you got to trust yourself to do a good job, you know what I mean? I'm gonna feel like his brow needs a little more something. Don't be afraid to touch things up if you think you need to. There we go. That's better. All right, so those are the two. Both of these are going to go to the same guy. And these are both of the returns I've drawn so far. So I got 2 more returns to draw, and those are for Jason. Like he wants an atom bomb, and then he wants a Nat Nerd, so that'll be fun. This guy I've never drawn before. He came out really good. I dug that. He came out good too. I'm very happy with that one. I've yet to fuck up a Chucky, so that's good. So yeah, that is it for today. Trying to think. I'll probably have time to go on tomorrow. Excuse me. So, if you guys want to get a sketch done from me, I do have personal sketches available. Those are 50 a pop. Oh, thank you. Well, I will be sure to get back on track and keep making content. I'm glad you dug it. I still have a couple gross card con cards left. Those are 75 each, and like I said, these are 225. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to be back on tomorrow. I'm gonna do those 2 sketch cards. I mean, so I got a couple of covers to finish up, so I'm gonna work on those off stream. But yeah, those are the cards for today. And like I said, if you guys want to get some sketches done, you know, I'm totally down. I'm sure I'll probably do some viewer's choice scenario. Oh, thank you. I'll do some sort of a viewer's choice scenario at some time, or dealer's choice. I don't know when yet, but hopefully soon. But yeah, I'm gonna work on these on here so I can get them done. Thanks, man. Yeah, the stream is back.